All right, and we are back here on the GSMC Baseball Podcast. And for the final part of the show, we're going to go through the top free agents for this offseason. We'll look at their potential fits. This is an article that MLB came out with, so we'll look at that. And we'll go from 25 up to 1. I mean, you know what the top free agents are going to be. So let's run right through that. And that'll take us to the end of the show, take us in right into the weekend. So let's get right into it. So starting off at 25, you got center fielder Harrison Bader. Obviously played with the Yankees this year and then was put on waivers. The Reds picked him up, try to help them and, secure a playoff spot, but that ended up not happening. He's a guy that plays good defense. He does have some pop in his bat, but, the one thing that concerns me with him is, his durability. It's a guy that's been injured, over the last couple of seasons. So that's the one thing that would hurt. But when he plays, he's great. He plays a great center field. And right now they have potential fits as the Cubs, the Giants, and the Nationals. So then we go to 24, and this is another guy that was put on waivers and was picked up by the Reds, and that was Hunter Renfroe. And this is a guy that has a ton of power. Could definitely help out, in terms of, making your team, more of a power team with hitting some home runs. So he has one of the strongest outfield arms in the game, but his range is below average. That's what it says on the description for him. Potential fits are the Guardians, the Marlins, and the Pirates. So we'll see. That's an outfielder. Jack Flaherty, obviously, was with the Cardinals, then got traded to the Orioles to help out their rotation. Potential fits right now for him are the Nationals, the Pirates, and the Rays. He has regressed the past 2 seasons. He's had over the last 2 years, 4.84 ERA over 38 games. He was acquired by the Orioles at the trade deadline, and he went 1-3 with a 6.75 ERA in 9 appearances. And the Orioles removed him from the rotation. If the team really needs starting pitching, he's a guy that, someone could try to get. This is an interesting free agent. Jeimer Candelario at 22. So he was with the Nationals, having a good year. Cubs picked him up, traded for him. He had a career year in 2023, 22 home runs, 70 RBIs, and 807 OPS. Obviously there's better infielders, as I talk about Matt Chapman being somebody else that teams could look at, and he'll be higher on the list. But I think he'd be a good hit pickup. He's a switch hitter. I think any team that needs him would. I think any team that might need a guy like him would pick him up. The Blue Jays, Cubs, and Dodgers right now are potential fits for him. So then I talked about this guy before, Marcus Stroman. So obviously he was with the Cubs last couple of years. He went 9-6 with a 2.96 ERA in the first half, and then dealt with a lot of injuries in the second half. He opted out to test the free agent market. Right now, potential fits: Cubs, Cardinals, and Angels. So he could go back to the Cubs, but we'll see. Whit Merrifield, another guy, utility guy, spent last season with the Blue Jays. Right now, potential fits are him, the Blue Jays, the Twins, and the White Sox. So, he's at 20. He's 35 years old now. That's crazy to think about. But, he's been around for a while. Yariel Rodriguez, a reliever. Potential fits for him are the Padres, the Yankees, and the White Sox. So he played in Cuba from 2015 to 2020. He joined the Dragons in Japan's Central League. He posted a 1.15 ERA and a 27.5% strikeout rate in 56 appearances in 2022. He pitched for Team Cuba in the World Baseball Classic. He did choose not to return to Japan, but he got himself ready for MLB. So maybe so we'll see what happens if teams go out and try to get him. 27 years old. Lucas Giolito is ahead of him. He did have a rough go with the Angels after he was traded. He went 1-5. Oh, man. Yeah, so he was a top target at the trade deadline, and he went to the Angels. Went 1-5 with a 6.89 ERA in 6 starts with the Angels. And then he did bad with the Guardians. 1-4, 7.04 ERA in 6 starts, and it was not good for him this past season. Potential fits: they got the Cardinals, the Diamondbacks, and the Red Sox. So now you got Rhys Hoskins. So he's actually he's a free agent. Torn left ACL kept Hoskins out for the 2023 season. He suffered that in spring training. And he's been, somebody the Phillies have had for a while. He has hit at least 27 home runs in each of his first 4 full seasons. So, yeah, I mean, potential fits right now for him are the Brewers, the Mariners, and the Padres. So I did not realize that he was a free agent. I thought he was still, with the Phillies, but I guess, he's going to go sign elsewhere then because, the Phillies are moving Bryce Harper to first base. So then we go to 16. You got Teoscar Hernandez. Obviously, he was a power hitter for the Blue Jays. Went to the Mariners this past season. Did put together a respectable season. 26 home runs, 93 RBIs over 160 games. He has hit at least 25 home runs in each of his past 4 full seasons and carries a career OPS of 802. So that's really good. He's a solid player. He's got a solid arm in the outfield. So, potential fits right now for him are the Brewers, the Mariners, and the Mets. Then another Japanese player at 15, left-handed pitcher, Shota Imeaga. I hope I, again, apologize for the pronunciations. He started the gold medal game for Team Japan in this year's World Baseball Classic. He went 7-5 with a 2.66 ERA for the Yokohama Dina Bay Stars. He has been one of the best pitchers in Japan since he broke into the Central League in 2016. He's another guy that teams could try to get. Dodgers, Giants, and Mariners are the potential fits for him. Then you got Lourdes Gurriel Jr., obviously part of the National League champion Diamondbacks. So he was a part of that trade with Gabriel Moreno, the Varsho trade that sent them to Arizona, Varsho to the Blue Jays. Obviously, we know who won that trade, team that played in the World Series. He actually had a good season, 24 home runs, driving in 82 runs with a 772 OPS. Potential fits are him, the Braves, the Diamondbacks, and the Yankees. Probably goes back to the Diamondbacks, maybe. For the Yankees, I mean, they're looking for left-handed bats. I don't think he would go there, but we'll see. Then you got another player, center fielder, 25 years old, Jung-Hoo Lee. He is expected to be posted by the Kiwoom Heroes in the KBO League. Had ankle surgery that ended his season in August. He was the 2022 League MVP who hit .429 for Team Korea in the World Baseball Classic and has a career .340 batting average. In 7 seasons in Korea and is considered to be an above-average defender in center field. The Yankees need a center fielder, so he's a potential fit. They're the Yankees, Giants, and Mariners. They have him. Then at 12, you got Eduardo Rodriguez, starting pitcher, pitched with the Tigers. He opted out of the final 3 years of his contract with the Tigers. Obviously, he was with the Red Sox before that. Potential fits for him, the Orioles, the Reds, and the Tigers in case they want to bring him back. So we'll see. And then you go to 11, Jorge Soler. Potential fits for him, Cubs, Marlins, Orioles. He won World Series MVP for the Braves a couple years ago. Obviously played with the Cubs, so he could maybe go back. Hit 36 home runs in 2023, and he's opting out of the final year of his contract. So we'll see, what happens with him. Then we're in the top 10. Matt Chapman, who we referenced before. The Yankees are a potential fit. Blue Jays, Dodgers, it says. I mean, I would take Matt Chapman at third base. 31 years old. Has a solid glove over there. The offense is a little inconsistent, but right now, DJ LeMahieu is getting older. Chapman's 31, but I think right now you'd probably take Matt Chapman because right now like they let go of Donaldson. I mean, I don't know what the Yankees are going to do this offseason, but I would take Matt Chapman. He could go back to the Blue Jays. Dodgers are also another potential fit. JD Martinez at number 9. Obviously, he has had a solid career. Most recently playing with the Dodgers, had a bounce-back season because 2022 wasn't the best for him. Potential fits right now for him are the Angels, the Dodgers, and the Mets. Yeah, I mean, listen, he's 36 now. But you know what? I think any team would be happy to have him because he still has that pop in his bat. And, if they need a DH. 33 home runs, 101 RBIs, 893 OPS in his first year with the Dodgers. So, yeah, he was solid for the Dodgers this year. Bounce back year for him. So we'll see where he ends up. Jordan Montgomery, starting pitcher. We'll see what happens where he ends up. Potential fits right now for him, Cardinals, Cubs, and Rangers. I know that apparently the Yankees, maybe we're going to offer him a contract. I don't know how true that is. But, yeah, I mean, he was great in the World Series, key component for their World Series run. And, we'll see where he ultimately ends up. Then at 7, you got Sonny Gray. Braves, Cardinals, and Twins are potential fits for him. But he's a Cy Young candidate this year. And, he's definitely going to get paid this offseason. We'll see if the Twins are able to bring him back. But, yeah, I mean, he looks like the old Sonny Gray. So, so he was at 7. They got Josh Hader at 6. And we'll see right now potential fits Angels, Phillies, and Rangers. Teams in need of a closer, he could be their guy. The Padres are going to be losing him, I think, regardless. Him now a free agent. Then we get to the top 5. You got Aaron Nola, top starting pitcher here. I mean, he is one of the most inconsistent starters. I mean, it's funny. It says he's one of the most consistent and durable starters in the majors. I would say he's one of the most inconsistent starters because like he just looks so good in some starts, and some starts he's just like, what's going on? But yeah, he bolstered his free agent resume with a strong postseason, going 3-0 with a .96 ERA in his first 3 starts before allowing 4 runs in 4 1/3 innings in his final championship outing against the Diamondbacks. But yeah, I mean, someone's going to get him, so we'll see. And then you got Cody Bellinger at 4. Cubs, Giants, and Yankees are potential fits. Had a bounce-back season. Hoping the Yankees get him. He was one of the top free agent targets, so we'll see. He plays center field, first base. I mean, I'd love to have him, so we'll see. And then the top 3, you got Blake Snell. Potential fits, you go back to the Padres. You got the Dodgers and the Cardinals also listed as well. On May 19th, Snell was 1-6 with a 5.4 ERA after 9 starts. And then, from that point, he was arguably the best pitcher in baseball, going 13-3 with a 1.2 ERA over his final 23 starts. I mean, you're getting a good one if you sign him. So we'll see where he ends up. Then you got Yoshinobu Yamamoto, obviously. Dodgers, Mets, and Red Sox potential fits. For him, he's going to be posted another one of Japan's best players. He won both Pacific League MVP honors and the Soromura Award, Japan's version of the Cy Young, in each of the past 2 years, and the Triple Crown in each of the past 3. So, yeah, we'll see where he ends up. 25 years old. We'll see where he ends up. And, of course, you got the MVP of this year and the best player in baseball when he's healthy, and that is Shohei Ohtani. We'll see where he ends up. I mean, there are so many teams that are going to be in on him. Right now people are looking at the Dodgers as being the favorites. Angels, Giants, Mets. I mean, the Mariners, there were talks about him. I remember going there maybe. We'll see. We'll see where he ends up. So, but yeah, those are all the top free agents. We'll see where they all end up in the offseason as the offseason continues to move along. We'll obviously break news in case anything happens. But, yeah, that's pretty much it for the show today. So I thank you guys for tuning in to both, in case you did. We'll be back again on Monday for another edition of the GSMC Football Podcast. So make sure to tune in. And that's it. So until then, I'm Kenneth Gruenfelder signing off from the GSMC Baseball Podcast, brought to you by the GSMC Sports Network. Have a good day. Enjoy the weekend, and I will see you guys next time. Take care.